could have all week. You could have all season. This guy is so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They trust him. They know what he brings to the table. This offense revolves around what he can do.
And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. The Red Raiders can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Morton. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
The defense did a really nice job on that play, closing in on the intended target. They had 2 guys near that ball.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Red Raiders racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it. But the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
How about that? That's already the 3rd target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football.
And it's caught! Touchdown, Red Raider!
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
And he made the extra point without problem. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Quickly to the tight end. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Smothers. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Wolfpack line up facing 3rd and approximately half a mile. Back to pass, it's Bailey. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On his way back from the 20. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Quarterback may change this route. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Catch in the middle. It's Douglas. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
This is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Grab near the marker. It's Williams. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching him. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. To the air, it's Bailey. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the second one, and now to try to get things back on track. Buys a little extra time. Trying to escape and get it himself. Out of bounds right at the 10-yard line as they are threatening to score. Trying to get out from the shadow of their own end. It's 2nd and 5 from the 10. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's in open space downfield. He's loose on the left. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Red Raider. Once he got some room, it was over. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you add my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
They get to him as he throws. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. And now on second down for this offense. Back to throw, it's Morton. Here comes the heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He'll pull it down and run. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. And the Red Raiders will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. The Red Raiders will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. Out across the 30, mark down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at him. They're continuing to run this.
Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
NC State quick to the line.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the game.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading.
He'll take a shot. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. The field goal is no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but left some points off the scoreboard there.
Running back searching for a hole. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Looking for a gap. It's Joyner. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. Running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
They'll go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He's got an open man. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. Second down coming up. Making side adjustments here. To throw, it's Morton. Caught over the middle, it's Williams. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. And the Red Raiders are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Can't make the grab on third down, and that is a rare drop for this guy. The Red Raiders decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. Finds a little space. Got enough for the first down and wants more. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen.
Looking deep down the right side. It's him in stride inside the 10. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation that time. Saw the one-on-one match.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, NC State. Ready to try the point after. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together.
First and 10 for the offense. To the air, it's Morton. The short hands, it's Williams. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Well, they've put themselves in a hole. It's first and 20. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got a man. It's Douglas. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. And the Red Raiders have it with a first and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the right. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw it. Throws to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Touchdown, Red Raider! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Makes the grab. It's Smothers. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Smothers. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Heaves it deep. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Might be calling a hot route. Back to throw, it's Morton. Under fire. Keeps it himself and gets the first. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He'll need to put some leg in this one. A 52-yard attempt and just the right finesse to get it in from the right. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there today in Lubbock.
NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. There he goes. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Red Raiders will line it up on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got it in the middle. It's Eakin. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. Offense working from the pistol. Looking to throw, it's Morton. Skips away from pressure. He's going to run it.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Touch pass on the run. Got some room, entered the goal line. Touchdown, Red Raiders. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. NC State going up tempo.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Guns up, and so is the noise. The crowd electric, trying to help Tech on this 3rd down. Scanning the field, it's Bailey. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. They are so close to a score, they can smell it on the first play of the drive. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And the comeback is on.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Texas A&M is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Johnny Manziel, and they are right back in this. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Colorado. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Red Raiders now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hudson. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Looking to pass, it's Morton. He finds a dead spot in the middle. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. The Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw again. Catch in the middle, it's Douglas. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a 1st down. And the Red Raiders have their offense in high gear. That's caught. It's Carter. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. He got past the sticks and slides to a stop, but there is a flag on the play. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. It'll just make it more satisfying if they can move the chains after starting 1st and 20. Grabbed over the middle. It's Douglas. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Red Raider. Well, this receiver is making this passing attack look like it's going against air.
No doubt, it does. It looks like it's on air. I tell you what, you got to find a way to rough this guy up a little bit. Be physical. Make sure he takes a toll instead of all these big plays he keeps making. Make him tired, physically dent him a little bit, make him have to work a little bit harder than you have been.
Back to throw, it's Bailey. Bringing the heat. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Caught at the 25. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's the end of the quarter, and Texas Tech is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit as he throws. And the misfire goes out of the back of the end zone.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Makes the grab. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long 1st down marker just short of the goal line. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
Yeah, it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Got it in the middle. It's Williams. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Red Raiders can really attack on this 2nd and short. Give to the running back. Brings it to the open. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a 1st down. And the Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs. Dropping back, it's Morton. Sets up the screen. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Red Raiders. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Catch in the middle. It's Grimes. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Caught over the middle. It's Jackson. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads it left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Wants to throw again. Pocket breaking down. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Looking to throw, it's Morton. Here's a heat. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
But when you're throwing a slant against man coverage, the timing's got to be perfect, right? The receiver's got to cross the defender's face. QB's got to put it out in front. It happens so quickly. That time, the timing a little bit off, and the ball falls incomplete.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Going for the marker on the ground. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. That defensive penalty was just what the doctor ordered for this offense. It's now 2nd and 3. Makes the catch. It's Douglas. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
The Red Raiders will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Quick strike complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And after getting it right on the edge, they'll try to punch it in on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Morton. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Red Raider! Fitted in the window for the score. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the... They'll get this drive going from the 17. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Snagged in the middle. It's Douglas. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Dropping back, it's Morton. Oh, they're after him. That's caught. It's Virgil. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show